This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
How about it for the first day of summer? Cold, wet, continued rain. Baseball already wiped out here in Cheyenne for today. Yeah, that's what I like. First day of summer. It's like Mother Nature. You're a season behind. Our shortened program today being brought to you by Mondello's Pizzeria. As I was over there seeing Joe and Caesar and the gang today. And matter of fact, I had a delicious salami and provolone for lunch. Oh, man, it was good. That's just one of the many goodies you can have over there from their sandwich board. In addition to their pizza, their calzones, and their strombolis, always freshly made and delicious. Truly, Paisan cuisine at its best from Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue. Suite D in the Greenway Commons, across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. It's First Tier Bank, open Monday through Friday, where, again, they are offering a 3.1 annual percentage yield right now on their 27-month CDs. Talk with our good friends today over at First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Lennox Auto Body and the Auto Glass and Detail Center, part of Lennox Auto Enterprises, again, for 25 years. A quarter century. Dick Lennox founded Lennox Auto Body, and the tradition is carried on by his daughter, Heather. They have been taking care of our vehicles, whether it's big, small, cars, trucks. They've been doing it for a long time, and they've been doing it with excellence and care always. Lennox Auto Body and the Auto Glass and Detail Center, the Auto Body Shop, Dunn Avenue, Auto Glass and Detail Center on Pershing Boulevard. Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs. Same location as always, right next door to Texas Roadhouse on Bluegrass Circle. Matter of fact, Medicap Pharmacy there for you Monday through Saturday. Come inside or use the convenient drive-thru to get your medications. Platte Valley Bank ×2. Banking done the old-fashioned way, done the modern technology way, and done with everything in between and a cherry on top. Over at Platte Valley Bank, you'll find the great crew over on Vandehigh, and you'll find the other crew over on Pershing and College, Platte Valley Bank. Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. The fleet of 19 Kias looking for new homes, and you are the one that needs to take them there. Now, again, you can test drive the Soul, the Sorrento. You can get behind the wheel of the Telluride. Maybe you want to just spice up your life and get the Stinger home. Well, you know what? Kia of Cheyenne can oblige you. See my good friend AJ and Greg and the entire crew over at Kia of Cheyenne on Nation Way. Chick-fil-A was over there today, too, seeing our good friends Ray and Cindy at the corner of Windmill and Del Range. And, of course, they're right across from Powers Field and Menards. Two convenient drive-thrus, which I used today. And, again, they offering some great summertime goodies. Matter of fact, I think it's their smokehouse chicken sandwich right now. I don't have the coupon here in my hands. But, again, great eats and treats 6 days a week.
They also have a strawberry passion, at least tea drink as well, too. Again, it's a limited time only.
Yeah, and again, that's what Chick-fil-A always brings to us, some delicious goodies all the time. See Ray and Cindy and the crew over at Chick-fil-A, corner of Windmill and Del Range. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service over on Highway 30, your exclusive home for Jayco RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers. And again, this is the season to travel the countryside. You want to do it in style, and you want to profile in your Jolly Rogers RV from Jayco today over on Highway 30. Taco John's of Cheyenne over on Nation Way. Well, excuse me, on Nation Way. Taco John's with 4 locations here in Cheyenne. I'm thinking about the South Greeley Highway as they are rebuilding the South Greeley Highway location. But they got the Taco John's truck. The food truck is out there, so you can always enjoy delicious Taco John's meals over on South Greeley Highway. And again, a plethora of locations here in Cheyenne. And we get things underway with our scoreboard. It's being brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We'll go first to Nick.
Local baseball for tonight out in Omaha, Nebraska, as Cheyenne Post 6 still in action out there in that tournament. Again, as we recap from yesterday, a 2-1 at least walk-off loss for Post 6, but tonight at 7:30, they will be taking on Creighton Prep, the hometown team, or at least, again, where they are playing at Creighton Prep, so they will see that, at least their lone contest for this evening, in 7:30 for Cheyenne Post 6. Cheyenne Mustangs, again, they were set to be in action along with the other teams from at least northern Colorado. Unfortunately, due to the weather and the conditions over at Powers Field, all games, including Cheyenne Mustangs contests for today, have been wiped out. Will be rescheduled hopefully for tomorrow, even though we are expecting more weather, more rain in the forecast. So we'll see what happens with this Northern Colorado, at least Border War tournament for the Cheyenne Mustangs. But again, all games, including this morning for the Mustangs, have been canceled. And then also, too, moving on to at least the College World Series, as we have one game in action right now between Michigan and Texas Tech on one side of the bracket. Michigan is leading 10-3, bottom of the sixth. If Michigan does win, they move on to the finals, and they will await the winner of Vanderbilt versus Louisville, and that game will get underway coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, and you can see it on ESPN.
We go to the Major League Baseball scoreboard, and right now, top of the eighth inning at Wrigley. Cubs are losing to the Mets 5-7 again. They have moved to the top of the eighth. Games in the 5 o'clock hour have the Braves at the Nationals, Astros at the Yankees. Marlins will take on the Phils at Citizens Bank Ballpark. It will be the Padres Pirates at PNC, Tigers Indians at Progressive Field, Blue Jays Red Sox at Fenway. 6 o'clock games will have the Angels and the Cardinals interleague play at Busch. It will be the White Sox and the Rangers at Globe Life. Reds Brewers at Miller Park, Twins Royals at Kauffman Stadium. 7:40 tonight, Diamondbacks will play host to the San Francisco Giants, where right now, just so you know, it's only 96 degrees in Phoenix. So nice 96 degrees. Athletics in the Coliseum will play host to the Rays. Rockies Dodgers will be at Dodger Stadium tonight. Herman Marquez, 7-3 on the season. He will get the call for Bud Black. It'll be Walker Buehler, who's 7-1. He will toe the rubber for the Dodgers, and it will be the Orioles and the Mariners tonight at T-Mobile Park. Scoreboard this morning brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking. You know me, the little round thing between your car seats. Now, listen, we need to talk. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change, it's embarrassing. Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm round like a bottle of Mountain Dew. Glistening, cold, and delicious. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, so you're never far from that incredible bold citrus kick whenever you need it. Just inches from your hand. So find a store already, grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs, and put that loose change back in your pocket. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We are here today on Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
It is not the morning.
Program.
Yeah, it's not the morning, as you said. It is the afternoon. It is 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow. I took the day off over on our sister station, so I'm kind of out of sorts, I guess, a little bit. Anyway, Larry Perrotti along with Nick across the way as we are here doing our thing. And I guess we can go to the NBA.
Well, there's things to talk about in town, whether it is regarding Cheyenne Frontier Days, a big controversy, which hopefully I've been outreaching and we'll hopefully be able to talk with a committee chairman about the recent situation that has been kind of blowing up so far. In my opinion, not a big issue.
Well, it is an issue. The Cowboys, the
new tournament
Cowboys don't want the tournament style format.
But at least in my opinion, at least seeing what is happening right now, it gives the little guys, at least, and we had a comment on our post, at least on Facebook, where it said, hey, the top 50 aren't going to entertain. Well, 51, now you're the number one guy for this tournament upcoming, at least in Cheyenne Front today. So, again, it will continue at least moving forward, but at least did outreach to at least one, chairman. We'll see if we can get him in next week, talk about this situation. But, again, it is not major. It is not going to alter Cheyenne Front today's. You're not going to see the top guys, but you're still going to be at least seeing, entities out there calf roping and having all that fun, a part of this new tournament style. So, it is what it is, but it just seems like it's gotten a little blown out of proportion. In my opinion, it's not going to be a big issue. If anything, for the little guys who may not have, been at the top of the list, guess what? Here's your opportunity. Well, here's your chance to make a name.
So to speak, this is not the first rodeo this is happening at either. So
yeah,
it's being experimented with. And again, the top performers are not liking that. Now, again, too, if you are a rodeo fan, you want to see the best talent come to Cheyenne because this is the daddy of them all.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the world's largest outdoor rodeo. And this always attracts the top
but also too,
and
it's not the national finals rodeo that happens in Las Vegas, where that's going to get the creme de la creme out there. But again, you do want the top at least competitors out here. But for this situation, I think it gives an opportunity of where, all right, hey, top 50 or the top individuals, you don't want to be a part of this. All right, we give the little guy a chance to make a name for themselves, to at least get on the map where you're going to pass on, go to other rodeo events where they might pay a little bit better in these events. For instance, again, in the at least tie-down ropers and steer wrestlers, they are boycotting at least this year's at least CFD rodeo, again, with the changes. So, hey, if anything, hey, let the little guys where they're going to, give their shot. It's like in any other kind of professional sport where, okay, if you're going to sit on the sidelines, like a few entities, whether it is in football, basketball, baseball, you're going to sit the sidelines, give the other guy a shot who can take over your spotlight while you go off and do whatever.
Well, two trains of thoughts on it. Again, to the tourist that comes up here, they don't have a clue because they're watching rodeo for the first time. So they don't have a problem buying a ticket to watch the little guy.
How about you fix that mic?
How about to the true rodeo fan that knows about the tie-down roping and steer roping? And again, a lot of this stuff goes to Slack, where you can watch some of this absolutely free.
Yeah.
Because Slack is offered at no charge. 7 o'clock in the morning if you want to go out there because of the abundance of cowboys and cowgirls that participate at Cheyenne Frontier Days. But the point is, those that are knowing of the game of rodeo, they want to see the top dogs come here. And that's why they pay. A lot of these people have season tickets. And they've had season tickets for years and years and years. Nobody's really thinking about what the fans want. It's basically a push and pull right now with the Cowboys and CFD. But what about the fans? Maybe they should get involved. Maybe they should have a say because they're paid for the damn rodeo, aren't they?
I was going to say sponsors probably pay majority of what's going on here.
Sponsors are also paying for it too, and they're expecting.
And also too with CFD getting the new television contract again, that's going to be paying for a lot of the money too for CFD.
But they're also expecting the big Cowboys and the top names to come here.
But in my opinion, again, on such a kind of fringe, or at least where CFD is kind of the back of my mind, especially being a resident in this town, it is something where, hey, if you're going to go off and do your own thing, top talent, so be it. CFD is not going to care. Clearly, they're showing that they aren't. They're going to move on with this and bring up whoever's going to be willing to compete in this tournament for calf roping and steer wrestling. Like I said, I think this is beneficial for the little guy that is not getting those opportunities where now they have a chance to shine, where they could show off their talents on at least granddaddy of them all here in town to possibly elevate their career while these other ones step aside, go do whatever they want, kind of almost have a little prima donna about it because, hey, the money's is not there, or at least they felt like they're getting disrespected, then so be it.
Well,
you have the right, and guess what? Hopefully, at least in my opinion, these little guys, or at least the guys who are below this top talent, gives it their all, realizes that they have this at least glorious kind of opportunity, it takes advantage of it and puts on a good show in front of Cheyenne.
But see, this is where you're kind of missing the point of all of this. The monies are there. what they're doing is they're making the paycheck smaller.
Yeah.
See, you come to Cheyenne. Again, this is what you probably don't know about the rodeo at CFD, Nick, is that the paychecks, especially on Super Sunday, are pretty doggone big.
Yeah.
And these cowboys and cowgirls that vie for points to go to NFR, and again, also, too, Cheyenne, again, the daddy of them all, this is pretty big dollars. This is over $1 million rodeo. And again, when they go to the pay window, they want those big paychecks. It's not cheap to come here to Cheyenne, trust me. And the thing is, when you're going into this tournament style, yes, there's more winners, and the paychecks are less.
Well, according to CFD, at least with this situation, that monies are actually more than what it was in years past, where it's flirting around.
They're giving out more checks, though. That's what they're going to give more.
No, I'm just talking about the cash money, or where cash purse right now sits for these events at $1.3 million. So it's higher than what it's been in past. So it has been elevated. And it's not like CFD retracted and is going backwards on this money with all the additional revenue that they're getting in. No, they've added, but it's a situation where these at least a few entities have come out and said, hey, we put our bodies on the line for this entire week. We don't think what we do is worth the money that CFD is putting up for that championship. And in my opinion, hey, guess what? You have that right. You have that right to talk about it and go to CFD. And also, too, you have that right to take your ball and go home and go find another event that will pay you that money.
And at this time of year, if I'm not mistaken, at CFD, there's probably about 3 or 4 rodeos going on, because I recall back in many years ago that some of the cowboys would actually have a plane, and 2 or 3 of them would they would do their rodeo here, fly out, probably go to Salinas and do a nighttime rodeo, or go into Oklahoma. So again, they're trying to. This is the time of year, Nick. They're trying to earn as much money as they can. And they've, the ones that are griping about this right now, they got a legitimate gripe. Don't get me wrong. They're just feeling like they're getting, hey, like you said, we're busting our butts. We're at the top of our game, and here we are at the largest outdoor rodeo, and we're going to get paid this for laying it on the line. They're going, no, it shouldn't be that way.
Like I said,
that's what they're saying.
I get both sides of the coin. Where, hey, CFD, if you're not going to budge, don't do it. If you want to kind of cheap out, go right ahead. That's your entity. Again, it is your rodeo. It is your event. You can go as cheap as you want to make as much revenue out there at CFD.
It's not cheap. It's just what they're doing is.
Well, I'm just saying cheap in the
they're giving out
eyes of those competitors.
They're giving out more, which will be a little less than the top dog.
I'm just saying, though, if CFD in the eyes of these competitors are going cheap on them, again, CFD has that right. Again, they put on that event, they determine all these things. However, they want to set up revenues as well for upgrades or putting monies aside, whatever it may go towards. Again, CFD has that right as an organization. They can control that. But again, for the other side as well, for those competitors, you can absolutely complain about it and move along and see if this changes something, or at least alert CFD to go, oh, we kind of messed up here. We actually need this talent.
Here's what's going to happen, Nick, and this is what I feel. The Cowboys are digging their spurs in. CFD's got their heels dug in, and the losers are going to be the fans.
Yeah.
And again, it's going to be the true rodeo fan who, again, likes the top name Cowboys to come to Cheyenne. Because again, we draw everybody.
Yeah.
We don't draw a handful. We draw the top names to come to Cheyenne. So the fans are going to be the losers when this is all said and done. We do need to take a timeout. We're going to come back with more after these words here at 1480 KRAE. Right now, it's time to head over to Jolly Rogers RV Sales, Parts, and Service for low prices on outstanding RVs in Wyoming. Your local, exclusive Jayco dealer wants you to check out their closeout deals, as well as their 2019 inventory of trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. You can save up to 30% on select models with approved credit. You can find them at 6102 East Highway 30. Jolly Rogers RV Sales, Parts, and Service is a proud sponsor of LCCC men's and women's basketball, also our local high school teams too.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Human history has shown anything is possible with inspiration and hard work.
work, the 4-minute mile, a man on the moon, a water skiing squirrel, and now sirloin steak burritos from Taco John's.
Sirloin steak burritos are back at Taco John's. Stuffed with hand-carved sirloin steak and bold flavors like the melty, savory grilled cheese steak burrito, plus steak and shrimp or steak and potato olays. And for the morning, 2 steak and egg breakfast burritos. Sirloin steak burritos are back, but only for a limited time. Olay the day at Taco John's.
10 years ago, the Department of Defense selected High West Energy to provide electricity on F.E. Warren Air Force Base. For a decade, we have been proud to work hand in hand with the Air Force leadership to ensure we provide the base with the affordable, reliable power it needs to be an economic driver for the region and serve a vital national security interest for this country. High West Energy, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you.
Summer is just beginning, and it's a great time to plan all your home improvement and remodeling projects. This is Lexi.
And this is Aaron from Platte Valley Bank. A home equity line of credit can help finance summer projects, but can also fund summer fun like a boat, ATV, or even a convertible.
Stop in either Cheyenne location, and we'll show you the hidden value in your home with a home equity line of credit from Platte Valley Bank.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Credit subject to approval. Certain restrictions apply.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be cloudy with rain showers throughout the day with highs around 51 and winds out the northwest at 10 to 15. For tonight, it'll be cloudy once again with rain showers likely with lows around 38. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers throughout the day with highs around 57. And on Saturday night, it'll be mostly cloudy once again with rain showers likely with lows around 39.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing!
And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Back on Wyoming Sports Talk today, a couple of things to talk about inside the draft. And, of course, you also put a story out about Rick Pitino today that you understood that he said, no, I'm not going to Greece.
Well, he's been in Greece. He's not going to return back to that league out there, but instead he's entertaining, again, the former head coach that was removed from Louisville.
No, the disgraced Rick Pitino for what he did at Louisville. Let's give him the title that is the disgraced Rick Pitino for cheating.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Greece.
Again, involved in the scandal that was regarding recruiting. Again, we're involving with one recruit to pay him off in monies due to a shoe deal, or at least with, I do believe, Adidas, where monies were exchanged in order to get him there to play for at least for Louisville. So this is something I talked about the day of that we learned about this with Rick Pitino, that he's going to get these opportunities, and again, it's going to get swept under the rug. And we're at that point in time right now, but we'll talk about that. But draft was underway last night. Again, at least 2 rounds, a total of 60 picks, where we saw at least one Wyoming Cowboy move on. So now we have 2 Wyoming Cowboys in the NBA, at least as of now. We'll see what happens with one Justin James, who did get drafted at number 40 by the Sacramento Kings.
You still have Josh Adams still kind of lingering about.
He's not going to be. Josh Adams is not an NBA.
Well, he's going to have to. If he ever does cut the mustard, it will be a free agent.
Again, the last I know of Josh Adams was he was playing in an Australia league, I do believe. But again, the litmus test is there for Josh Adams. He is not an NBA player.
He just falls height-wise just a little under. And
he's had multiple opportunities. Again, multiple teams have given him that opportunity, tested him out, whether it's Summer League, G League. Right. They've given him his chances, but again, at this point, at least for Josh Adams, he is not an NBA-bound player.
All right, Justin James, who cards at 6'7", 190 pounds, and basically carried the Wyoming Cowboys on his back throughout the course of the season because the Cowboys as a team just sucked.
Well, again, a great shooter, and I think for the Sacramento Kings, where in their direction they're trying to find guards or at least entities that are willing to take those deep shots, have high percentage shooting. The Kings found their guy with Justin James. Now, will he pan out? We can only hope. Justin James, I think, is going to be that player where I didn't think he was going to get drafted at all through round 1 or 2 through the NBA draft. I thought he was going to be a free agent pickup by some team at a point in time. But, kudos to him getting selected by the Sacramento Kings. I think with James, his career, at least his path to get to the NBA, might be a bit of a lengthy one, whether it is spending time in the G Leagues, maybe riding the bench and getting select minutes. I don't think he's going to contribute a whole lot to Sacramento just yet.
Well, he's going to he'll make the roster when it's all said and done. Yes. He'll be on that opening day roster. I guarantee.
We'll certainly see about that. Again, stranger things have happened. Justin James, I think that he's going to be a developmental player for the Sacramento Kings. That it's going to take some time to kind of build up, if not sneak his way into that starting role. But I don't anticipate him being a major playmaker for the Kings coming up, at least for this season or possibly next season as well. So, but we'll see with that. But at least now for the Wyoming Cowboys, with Larry Nance Jr. now in Cleveland, with his role, and also now Justin James, 2 Wyoming Cowboys at least call the NBA home.
Now, the Nuggets did not have a first-round pick, and then in the second round, they made a trade with the Miami Heat, and the Heat had drafted Bull.
There was a million of trades in the
Well,
NBA.
yeah, and we'll get to all of this stuff, too. But I'm just talking about the Nuggets in general. They pick up 7'2". You say 7'3".
It's again, folks kind of go back and forth.
He's Bull out of is that Manute Bol's kid?
There you go.
Anyway, and obviously he didn't miss too much on the height from Manute. But anyway, Bull.
He's a string bean. Like
he's 7'3". Had a foot problem. Now he was projected to be in the top 5, and then his stock dropped, and then again he has this injury problem. And they even brought him into the green room last night.
Yeah, he's a big man that has had injury issue, especially out of Oregon.
He's got an attitude. He's got a motivation problem. Does that sound right?
Yes and yes and no. I think the main issue with Bull is it's more so of seeing how he plays and the injuries that have kind of plagued him. The height, again, this guy is, quote unquote, he is a string bean out there. He is kind of what we saw with David Applegren.
Like Pops.
Yeah, well, again, like kind of what we see here in town with David Applegren on this past season at LCCC. Again, he's got the height, but he's just on very kind of thin legs, so to speak. Looking at him and just reading his analysis, people were kind of comparing him, or at least what his NBA career could be like, to one Greg Oden from Ohio State that was selected early on, I do believe, number 1 overall pick by the Portland Trailblazers. That is not good, where, again, Greg Oden had injuries. Again, he had that similar path at Ohio State where he was a dominant force. He was a great big man, but he ran into injuries. That is not good kudos to Bull heading into his NBA career of where will he be a next Greg Oden. Obviously, again, he's not going to be a highly touted prospect right now. Obviously, how far he fell in the draft, other teams basically said, we see the risk and we don't want to take.
But he's not going to move out Jokic in the middle.
No.
So he will be a project for the Warriors. The question will be
for the Nuggets.
I mean, for the Nuggets. I'm also looking at the Warriors too while I'm talking. He's going to be a project for the Nuggets. But also, too, and again, for the Nuggets, and again, they do things rather inexpensively. Again, Tim Connolly got Bull basically for millions a lot less.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, because, again, he was in that green room with the top 22, and that's your $1 million plus club there. Well, now that he goes 44th, that's going to save the Nuggets a bunch of money.
Yeah, possibly, but also, too, it is for the Denver Nuggets, at least getting in that trade from Miami for Bull. It's definitely not a big risk for the reward, possibly, where, again, you are not putting up that big monies. And I think that's why you saw the rest of the NBA. And I think for Bull, it's a situation where you could use that as motivation where, you were expected to go high. The rest of the league said, we don't want any part of you. When you got drafted by a team, Miami Heat, they decided, we don't want you. Here, go off to Denver now and go play for the Denver Nuggets. I think this is motivation for him, but the big issue, especially looking at his analysis and looking at his college career, will his height, will his injury proneness be a major factor like we saw with other bigs? Again, at least the most notable of one, Greg Oden, where he's no longer even part of the NBA because, again, he just those legs just ran thin on him, especially his feet. And will that happen as well, too, to Bull, which is a harsh reality that he does have to face, and the Nuggets have to face as well.
So with Bull, you know, again, there's big old question marks around him. You know,
we'll see if the Nuggets got a steal on this. You know, at least for the Nuggets, you're hoping for that.
He does have 7'3". You usually get you should get some type of return out of it.
You would hope so.
I'm looking here, and again, I was obviously keeping an eye on the Warriors last night. You know, I don't know how to read it. I mean, they got a power forward, and I think the power forward they got out of Villanova, I think that was probably the best bet in the second round. I think the shooting guard out of Michigan, and then they got the...
I think Jordan Poole was probably your best pick for the Warriors last night out of Michigan.
Out of Michigan, and then I think the kid out of Serbia, the center...
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. He can't be any worse than Bogut.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really too much to say about the guy out of Serbia for the Warriors. So, again, they got their height where that has been an issue for the Warriors. But also, too, it is not a major concern for this team. You know, they kind of moved around pieces. You didn't really need to rely on Bogut. You still have Looney in there where he's still developing in kind of building his character and his career right now for the Warriors. You know, what they do with DeMarcus Cousins of where, you know, is he going to be finally fully healthy for 100% of a season? Will he even come back for the Warriors? There is that option. So, Warriors right now for the centerpiece, not too much of a worry, but in other areas where, you know, the big questions are, will Kevin Durant come back? There's one forward that we have to worry about. There's also Klay Thompson that we got to worry about coming back.
And let's talk about the Kevin Durant situation.
I'm just saying, breaking it down, besides the Serbian center, for the 3 picks that the Warriors did have, again, getting Jordan Poole from Michigan, he's a great product. And we saw what he did, at least for the Wolverines, even in the tournament. Guys, he's going to fit well in that offense. He's decent on the defense, but his offense.
He's the guy he could be the guy off the bench who can get you some points.
He could be a new face of a Splash Brother type, where again he can be that clutch shooter.
Could he be that guy that starts in place of Klay this year? Think about that.
Compared to the Cook, Bell. Probably not. You still have a few entities in front of them that have been with the club getting at least bench minutes. For Steve Kerr, probably not. Unless he has a phenomenal summer league and looks like he could be ready to start out of the gates. I just don't see it, especially with Quentin Cook in front of him. Jordan Bell, you have a few bench entities that are probably a little bit more ready than what Jordan Poole is going to be.
All right, so and the reason we brought up the Warriors because – again, as Nick mentioned, a lot of trades yesterday, but the key here...
It was almost out, and for the NBA, this is nothing new, but it almost got out of hand where something I saw on social media where it didn't make its rounds, but it was kind of a valid point, and almost a funny point as well, where there was an NFL executive that had a quote about the NBA draft of, you know, basically complaining, so to speak, about kind of makes these kids look a little ridiculous of where you trot them out on stage. Here they are, like for instance, again, Bol that gets drafted to Miami, instantly traded to the Denver Nuggets, and he's out here wearing a Miami hat. It does look a bit goofy, and it is a little ridiculous of how many drafts, or at least how many trades just happened during an NBA draft of where, you know, why announce it if you're not committed to this guy?
Right. Well, and again, going back to the Warriors, here's the deal, too, and I think it was Brian Windhorst from ESPN talking about the Kevin Durant situation where this is what he's saying. He's expecting the Warriors to go ahead and offer max contract to Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. The Warriors have come out. They said that weeks ago that they were going to come out and give supermax.
Then they're going to turn around and trade Durant to the Knicks. So I'm sitting here, and again, I'm trying to figure out this logic because the Knicks still are nowhere close to being good.
Well,
nowhere, Nick.
And Kevin Durant, the Knicks are still at the bottom of the barrel unless they do something in the offseason. Again, if they pick up Kevin Durant, it's still not going to do anything for him this season. But right now, the Knicks are still probably the most pathetic team out there in the Eastern Conference, if not in the entire NBA. But looking at Kevin Durant of where it came out of, not even officially, but it was almost suggested of at least Kevin Durant has come out and at least determined what final teams are on his radar.
Right.
That being one, the Warriors, the other, a Knicks, the other teams that were tossed out, the LA Clippers, and then also two on top of that were the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
4 teams that were estimated. No Lakers mentioned, at least in there from the article that I saw.
And let me mention this. In 19 seasons here in the 21st century, we should say, the Knicks have only been in the playoffs 5 seasons of 19 years.
Yeah.
And they have not been in the playoffs since 2012, 2013. This season, they were 17-65.
Yep.
The year before, they were 29-53. That's a 12-game drop-off this season alone.
Which is nothing new. Again, New York, at least the Knicks, have been flirting with one of the worst teams in all of NBA for quite some time, even with picking up, this is a team that has gone through many head coaches, you had Mike D'Antoni at a point in time who's doing well with the Houston Rockets at this point, a guy who is not so much a legendary figure, at least of a head coach, but he is solid. He is good, could turn teams around, but couldn't do it for the New York Knicks.
They had they had Larry Brown, they had Lenny Wilkins, Don Chaney, Derek Fisher, Kurt Rambis, Jeff Hornacek.
And you had big names also, too, in the front office that were helping out the New York Knicks. But it is something where this team is known for being losers, even when they pick up head coaches, even when they pick up big names, like, for instance, the big pickup for them with one Carmelo Anthony, who was supposed to be the next big thing in New York. It didn't pan out, clearly. Right now, how this Knicks franchise is anywhere attractive at this point, I just don't see it, especially where you see the rest of the Eastern Conference developing with the young talent. The Knicks, their young talent does not impress me compared to other teams right now. I just have a hard time believing or at least trying to figure out why this team is so attractive for free agents to toss out their name to say, oh, yeah, I'm going there.
It's the Big Apple.
I was going to say, other than it's in New York City, in the limelight there, where that is an option for you. But other than that, though, it feels like you're going to go there and your career's going to die.
This is how bad the franchise is right now. I mean, Phil Jackson, who's got numerous rings from coaching, he couldn't even revive this franchise. This is almost like, and I hate to use the phrase here, but it's almost like Kevin Durant, if the Warriors do this, sign you to the Supermax, and then trade you off to the Knicks, it's almost like taking you out to Las Vegas, out into the desert in a predetermined hole. You know what I mean? Your career is going to die there.
Yeah.
The Knicks may have a pile of money, but nobody wants to play for them.
Well, again, people are suggesting that they want to, or at least it's on their radar, but do they really want to? I just have a hard time believing it at this point. They don't have a young core to develop around. They have no one other than R.J. Barrett, who they selected at least pick number 3 for the New York Knicks. Will he pan out in some stint?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
There's a good possibility.
I think he's NBA ready. Absolutely. I think the 3 Duke picks in the top 10 are ready to rock and roll right now.
I think so.
Obviously they're going to build a franchise for Zion.
Even though New Orleans came out and said that Zion is not the future of the franchise, or at least basically said that he's not going to put, or at least he's not putting the entire franchise on his shoulders. Let's say that. New Orleans basically came out and said, yes, we got our guy, but we're not going to rely everything on him to carry this team, carry this franchise to the promised land. It's not going to happen like that. So that's a nice little kind of pressure lift off of Zion, at least today, by the New Orleans Pelicans. But Zion, I think he is NBA ready. I think he will get trotted out. Will he be out there in full force, especially after hearing the comments by New Orleans saying what they did about Zion? He's not going to be. He's not going to be out there a lot this season, or at least not as much as people anticipate he's going to be. At least in a starting role.
He's a projected starter.
I get that, but I just don't think he's going to have as many minutes as people think he's going to be. Again, he's not going to be that workhorse that New Orleans is going to rely on. I think this is a guy kind of like a Josh Allen, or what we heard at least with the Buffalo Bills. Maybe get him that starting role, but let him develop. New Orleans is not winning now. They're not going to the playoffs now.
No,
but let Zion get his minutes, get his quality time, and don't basically run him to death out there on the court. Don't get them injured. Don't get them run into any kind of risk, because there is no reward right now for the New Orleans Pelicans in this Western Conference, where you got a bunch of teams well ahead of you that are already ready and going to take that spot away from you.
So let's look at another team that's been getting a lot of hubbub about them, and that being the Los Angeles Lakers. Realistically, what do you say about the Lakers here in the draft?
Yeah, well, it wasn't anything impressive. Again, Lakers at this point in the draft.
they've got to basically
again,
traded away.
Lakers right now, of what they did from last night's draft, Lakers have basically shown that we want to win now. We don't care about our future. We just want championships now.
And thanks for saying that, because that's why I threw that out there. They basically have traded the future away.
Well, that's originally what they did with that Anthony Davis trade. I told you that last week.
Yeah.
And it is something where, even in last night's draft,
they got Talon Horton-Tucker out of Iowa State.
Yeah.
He's 6'4", 235, a small forward at 6'4". Yeah. So what they're doing now,
I think, again, the Lakers are showing that they are committed to winning now and picking up free agents or making some sort of trades and building the team, that way with veterans or at least some, entities that have had NBA starts or play time instead of let's develop. Because let's be honest, again, the Lakers have tried to develop. They've tried to be patient with, with Brandon Ingram. They were trying to be patient with Lonzo Ball. And I think right now in this franchise where they are in a bit of disarray and they want the fans to trust them again, they go, well, this experiment's not working right now.
We got to win now.
We got to win now, yeah.
Well, guess what? They're not going to buy a championship. And I think, you could put 5 All-Stars. You could put 5 All-Stars on that floor, Nick. Okay?
Well, they can't afford it because, again,
I know, but you got 2 of them already. You got Davis and you got LeBron. Whoever they're going to pick up out of free agency, just for argument's sake, you're going to put these 5 on the floor. They're going to have to sit down and rest. You got to look at your bench. You're not going to have much on the bench.
Yeah.
And again, you and me have discussed this numerous times where we said, and looking at the Nuggets where they got great, balance from their bench.
Bench is solid for the Nuggets. It's nothing wonderful.
But
it's kind of like with the Warriors. Warriors bench is nothing too spectacular, again, with Quentin Cook.
But there's nobody for the Lakers on their bench. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get that, but I'm just saying their benches are nothing spectacular. But, yeah, for the Lakers, they pretty much said, rest of the bench, it's not working, bye-bye. We're going to start anew and kind of go the cheap route, or at least find entities that can fill some sort of roles in free agency or whatever it may be. But, it is what it is. Do I blame the Lakers for doing that? No. It is a franchise that is known for winning, is known for championships. It's been a butt of a joke for quite some time now. They're in the Pacific Division and including the Western Conference, and they want to get out of it. And they're going to do it like the Dodgers did, and they're going to do it here in the NBA of buying their way to wins. They try to do that, or at least they lured LeBron. You got Anthony Davis. So the pieces are falling there, and they have that opportunity. But will it pan out? That is, again, the ultimate question, where even with Anthony Davis, with LeBron James now being a part of this Lakers franchise, is this team playoff bound, in my opinion? After last year, where I thought they were with LeBron?
No.
You add Anthony Davis, and he's going to add wins, but in that tough Western Conference, sorry. I still don't see that the Lakers, as of right now, what they have in front of them, are not a playoff-bound team.
No,
I think they add a few wins thanks to Anthony Davis, but that's about it.
And do they backdoor into the playoffs? Maybe.
You have Warriors. Warriors still guarantee, even with minus Clay and Kevin Durant. Whatever they do,
Houston.
I think Houston. Well,
I know they got problems, but I'm sure
Houston will sort things out. Houston, Portland, Denver should be. OKC,
the LA Clippers.
Yeah, Clips should definitely be back.
Jazz, maybe.
Again, the Mike Conley at least trade, that should add more wins, and I think that keeps them solid. So, yeah, I would say Jazz. Looking at the rest, Sacramento. Sacramento's been slowly building, slowly kind of creeping on the NBA,
And they might
especially
do
on
the
the
same
Western
thing like
Conference.
the Nuggets did. They'll come out of nowhere into the playoffs.
Possibly. I think Sacramento right now is a better team than the Lakers because they've been slowly developing into something special.
Within the system. And, again, they have done the Philadelphia way.
Yeah.
Draft. And I know Sacramento has been, even when they came from Kansas City, they have been a losing operation.
If there's two teams, or at least a team that I could see getting knocked out of the playoffs, I would say on a fringe, probably Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is definitely trending downwards. Jazz absolutely could be on the outside too, but I just don't see it with the Jazz. They have a young core and a developing core, kind of similar to the Clippers. Same with the Denver Nuggets, where it's working for them. They didn't get rid of any, at least major pieces. Again, only brought in a big player with Mike Conley. But Sacramento, I think right now, has a good opportunity to be that third team in the Pacific.
What about Spurs? Are they trending downward?
Spurs too. But granted,
they're, like Tony Parker has decided
he's retiring.
He's retiring.
So, but he hasn't really had, in my opinion, hasn't had really big quality minutes as in the past for the Spurs. But yeah, again, the Spurs could be a team on the outside, but you can't disrespect Greg Popovich and what he does with that franchise. This is a franchise that's known nothing. They've known only playoffs.
So looking at the Pacific Dish, we're saying Warriors and Clippers should get in.
Yeah, I think Warriors should be number one, Clippers number two.
Well, Rockets should get in. Spurs, fringe
question mark, but I have more confidence in Greg Popovich will get his team ready to.
And then you look at the Northwest, and you got the Nuggets. OKC, that's trending downward, but may qualify. Portland and Utah. That's 8 teams. So the Lakers and maybe Sacramento might be those that,
like I said,
they might back in.
The West is so compact, so overloaded with good teams that there is no – I just don't see it at this point in time that the Lakers get into the playoffs or vault any team. They did it last year. I don't see it again this year, especially with the turmoil that is still going on that might even carry into at least the regular season.
Yeah, I
agree. They got a lot of teams to hurdle, and I don't think they can.
And I think they still have problems within the front office. I think those battles are going to still come to light as well before the season even gets underway, before they even get to training camp. We do need to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We're going to get ready to wrap things up here on 1480 KRAE. Back after these words.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For almost 60 years, 1480 KRAE has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Add to that live play-by-play sports featuring high school football and basketball, along with LCCC men's and women's basketball. Now combo that with KYOY FM and you have Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM and FM radio stations. But we don't stop there. We also have 2 FM translators which serve the area with programming from both KRAE and KYOY. And that equals a lot of bang for your advertising dollar. Radio yesterday and now today, along with our websites, web streams, and digital ventures, makes us your one-stop shop. For more information, please call Larry Proetti at 307-637-0301.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-thru window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-thru window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. or call 635-3712.
1480 KRAE is your home for live play-by-play coverage of high school basketball and football. Hi, this is Nick Brody inviting you to hear all the play-by-play calls of East, Central, and South football and basketball. You'll hear the conference action along with the postseason, and during the basketball season, 1480 KRAE features both boys and girls games. Catch all the exciting calls on AM 1480 KRAE, also streaming the games worldwide on the web at 1480krae.com.
Join us for a free celebration of summer at the Community Racks and Events Super Day 2019. Saturday, June 22nd from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Sponsored by Holly Frontier. Visit food trucks and vendors. Get soaked in a squirt gun fight. Bounce through inflatables or test your hand at kids' carnival rides. A fun, outdoor event for the whole family. Now located in North Lions Park. Don't forget the free concerts in the amphitheater, Joe Sjogren Shanghai, and Larger Than Life March 4th. Visit CheyenneRec.org for more details. Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
Cheyenne's oldest coin dealer and supplier, the Coin Shop, is proud to serve the community since 1982. Trade or sell your gold, silver, and other precious metals. Visit with David and the knowledgeable staff for a fair and honest assessment of your valuables. Located at 510 West Lincoln Way. Call them today at 778-7196 to schedule your personal consultation.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be cloudy with rain showers throughout the day with highs around 51 and winds out the northwest at 10 to 15. For tonight, it'll be cloudy once again with rain showers likely with lows around 38. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers throughout the day with highs around 57. And on Saturday night, it'll be mostly cloudy once again with rain showers likely with lows around 39.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on the show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Yeah, we've been working for the weekend, so you can see the sky is cloudy and temperatures cooler and more rain out of the sky. Give me a break. It's summertime. It's like Mother Nature is one season behind right now. There should be springtime.
Yeah, again, it's cold, it's rainy. Not expecting this for the first day, but first day of summer. And again, with the rain, cancellations have happened at least here in town with the Cheyenne Mustangs. Again, with that Northern Colorado Border War tournament. Again, all games have been canceled. Will they be rescheduled for tomorrow? Who knows at this point, because we're expecting more rain for the entirety of Saturday.
And you only got one field.
Well, again, it doesn't matter because, again, they're both getting rained on, whether it is Pioneer, whether it's Powers. It's an issue right now. And, again, will that tournament get underway, or at least will they find some time to fit in all those games? I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Again, where you got to make up games for today. You got to do doubleheader action for tomorrow for most of these teams. And then bracket play is on Sunday, unless they delay it to Sunday and Monday, which is a possibility to get this done, get these games in, since the Mustangs, Post 6, or even the Extreme have dealt with cancellations and missed games. Could be a possibility, but we'll see what happens. This storm also, too, or at least the system, is going to make its way out and possibly could affect the Cheyenne, at least Post 6 as well, too, in Omaha. And we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, this system that we have has got a lot of water in it. A lot of things to talk about. Now, did we get into the UW stripe out?
No.
That's the one thing we did not talk about.
Which is not
the Missouri game. Yeah, I mean, mark it down on your calendar that this is going to be opening day on Saturday, the 31st of August. That's Hall of Fame Day, Rodeo Day. And then the Missouri Tigers will be in town. It's a 5:30 kickoff at the War. And, of course, that's going to be on CBS Sports Network. But
it's all coordinated. They have a map out. Costs you $10 per shirt for at least, again, for the gold, if that's the section you're in. Brown, if that's the section you're in. It's just all it says is, hey, you know, I was there for the Missouri game,
right?
So to speak. Interesting concept. Other teams, other universities have tried to do this, been somewhat successful. Again, you're going to have entities that maybe miss the memo or just don't care or not going to spend money or whatever it may be. Is this going to work as UW probably intends? In my opinion, probably not. They'll
give it the college try.
They'll give it the college try, but will it work out to what UW anticipates for this? It's not going to be perfect. Granted, nothing is going to be perfect in college sports, but is it something that's going to be coordinated and we're going to have a beautiful photo of here it is, one section gold, one section brown,
right.
one section gold? I don't see it. I think this is going to probably fail. Not miserably, but it's going to be where it's not going to be as spectacular.
It's not going to reach the heights that we see with other.
My heights are set low on this, so again, it's not going to go above what my expectations are. But
we'll see what.
I think for the university, it's a good try. Good on you to think of this, but will it go as planned or at least get close to it? Probably not.
It's got to get coordinated. That's all there is to it, and they got to get.
Well, how you coordinate it, as I would think, is. Instead of making people go out and buy these T-shirts, and granted, hey,
you need the students to do this. You're going to have to coordinate the students on this one.
Well, supposedly with the students, they're going to give them for free and get that coordinated. Supposedly,
that's your best bet.
We'll see if that happens. But I mean, for the majority of fans, where again, this is encompassing all of War Memorial, is it going to work out on both sides of those stands? Is it going to be something that's going to kind of pique anyone's interest? I really don't see it. I think for the University of Wyoming, it would be a lot better if they coordinate somehow, set up, just kind of buy out all, multitude of T-shirts, coordinate at least to get, hey, all right, we check your ticket, you get that T-shirt for free. You have this ticket in that section, you get this T-shirt, blah, blah, blah. Again, probably a lot better to do that than anticipate or at least kind of force people to go, oh, you have to go buy the T-shirts. You have to coordinate yourselves and get that done. We'll see if it happens.
All right, couple of things here of business that we need to wrap up with here. Again, the summer basketball camp officially starts Monday at LCCC and will run through Thursday, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. We had Brian Ortmeyer in from the Lady Golden Eagles yesterday. Again, it's $125 LCCC gym for the campers. And again, there's going to be two camps: the junior camp from for ages 6 through 9, and then the intermediate camp for ages 10 through 13, both boys and girls. So again, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, whoever's got the kids right now, make sure that you are getting your kids out to the summer camp at LCCC. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, both coaches will be there.
Players on hand, too.
Jason Ficca, along with Wayne Salisbury and some players. Brian Ortmeyer, I would hope Danielle Ronaldo will be out there, depending on her schedule.
Yeah.
And I think a couple young ladies also will be there for the Lady Golden Eagles. So, again, you can still go online. Go ahead and give me the...
GoLCCC.com. It's as simple as that. You go under the menu, look for at least camps. Summer basketball camp is at least the link you click on, and more information there on how to sign up or at least how to get a contact with those coaches to get that all squared away.
And then Tuesday, and weather should be good. I think once we get past the weekend, I think the weather starts getting nicer. And this is done in the morning, so it's almost a guarantee that it'll be better.
Well, we had games set up in at least this morning.
This is the anomaly of this weather system. But on Tuesday the 25th, Powers Field, Cheyenne Post 6 puts on their annual Kids Clinic. It'll be from 9 a.m. till 12 noon. It's open to everyone, ages 5 through 12. $20 per person, family discount for 3, plus that includes T-shirt and lunch. Registration forms are available at post6baseball.com. And again, all you need to do is go there, or I guess you can sign up day of, if I'm not mistaken, from Ty. And
well, he'll join us in studio on Monday to remind folks as well. So we'll get more information, or at least a reminder on Monday.
All right. So it's 4 o'clock. We are going to